All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to today's team hangout. It's April 14th, and I'm excited for all of you guys to be here. Congratulations and welcome to all the new coaches that have joined the team. We made a great decision in partnering with Team Beachbody and this opportunity and our team, and we're excited to have you here and excited to plug you in. You joined at a great time and decided to hop on an amazing call because we have one of the top leaders in the Coach Network here to share some tips with us. Before we get to our guest speaker, I just want to give you guys a couple of quick announcements. For other announcements that I might not mention, make sure you're checking your Coach Online office, the breaking news section, but there's just a couple of things that I want to highlight really quickly. The first thing is you may have noticed in our team page, we have an event set up for the Ultimate Reset Challenge group that we're going to be doing starting May 1st. So this is a company-wide challenge that we're doing. And I want to encourage you guys to leverage the things that Beachbody is promoting, right? So this is an exclusive group where, you know, it's one thing to run a challenge group on your own, and those are great. But how much cooler, how much more awesome is it to be in a group with Darren O'Lean, the creator of the Ultimate Reset, and have your customers in there? So when they have questions, hey, talk to the man. He's right there, right? He's going to be in there answering questions. So make sure you're leveraging these things to help you to grow your business, to help you to grow your team's business, and to help obviously get your customers great results. This is an excellent program, Ultimate Reset. It does go on sale. Don't purchase it now. It goes on sale on the 18th. All right. So make sure you wait till the 18th, and that'll give you a better price for both you and your customers. But again, leverage the group. Leverage the energy and excitement of the group. It's going to be an awesome time. Second thing I want to mention, some of you guys have noticed that some of the names are being called for the summit wait list. If you were on the wait list, some of those names are being called. So make sure you're paying close attention to your email, because you have a short time frame to respond to that email to say either you're in or you're out, or they're going to offer it to the next person. And there's people chomping at the bit to get a spot at Summit, because it's an awesome time, a crazy environment, and such a blast to be at. To be able to work out with all the personal trainers and to go to all the training sessions that they have there. So make sure you're paying attention to your email if you're on the wait list. Also, they're starting to call names for next year's Success Club trip for Punta Cana. I know Jessica got an email that she was on the wait list for a room. So again, make sure you're paying attention to that stuff and you address it. If you're going, take the action steps that are necessary to make sure you secure your spot. Last thing I want to mention, it's halfway through the month. As you guys know, we have our new coach group, our self-paced training, and then once a month we have a kind of a diamond group, an accountability group, and that starts at the beginning of the month. So the next one will start May 1st. These are already in April. It's crazy. May 1st will be the next one. And so in order to qualify for that, you need to have gone through the other trainings that we have. So you need to go through the Coach Basics training and have those fundamentals down, because we're going to be teaching on a little bit, not a whole lot of advanced stuff, but we want you to have those fundamentals and the basics down before you're really taking action, so we can just move, right? So you need to have gone through the training. You also need to have hit Success Club in April to qualify for the May group. Okay, very important, right? And with the group we have now, I think we have like 10 people or so in there right now, and it's just awesome to see them really committing to the action steps. Because a lot of the how-tos are great, right? How to invite, how to handle objections are great, but sometimes we just need that a little bit of accountability, a little bit of friendly peer pressure. So when you see all your friends posting what they're doing, you're like, oh shoot, I don't want to get left behind. I better start doing some stuff. And it's a nice little nudge in a fun way that helps you to take the action steps that you need to take to grow your business for whatever goals that you have. So that is, again, that'll start May 1st. So a couple of qualifications. Make sure you get through the training. A lot of it is self-paced, so you can just get through it, and then you'll be qualified, and then earn Success Club, and you'll qualify for that group. Those are all the things I wanted to announce right now. Again, for any other announcements, make sure you check your Coach Breaking News in your Coach Online office, right-hand side, all the little links there, tons of stuff. Now I want to get to our featured guest, our featured speaker here. And I'm super excited to have Kristina Delgado joining us on the call. Kristina and I connected on Facebook, I think over the LeBron James controversy somehow. And we've been like, arch enemies ever since then. No, just kidding. But, we connected on Facebook, and, really getting to know her and her husband, Danny, well over the past couple of years. Kind of funny story, Danny actually played professional baseball with one of my groomsmen. So that was interesting to learn back in the day. But for those of you guys who don't know Kristina, she's just an amazing leader in the network. She's a 15-star superstar diamond coach. She's a member of the Coach Advisory Board, 4-time elite coach, Success Club 10 legend. So that's 24 months in a row, more than 24 months. She's actually hit it 63 months in a row, just showing the power of consistency. And one of the things that I really appreciate about Kristina is, her leadership in some of these other 5-star and above pages that we have. She really brings kind of a calm maturity to a lot of the discussions that sometimes happen, and it's something that I definitely appreciate from a leadership standpoint, knowing that the leadership of this company, we're in great hands as a whole. We have some amazing people who are doing awesome things. So turn it over to you, Kristina. Thanks for being here.
Wow, thank you so much. I'll tell you that this is an amazing honor to be on Mark and Jessica's team call. Like Mark said, we've had some really freaking funny conversations about LeBron James leaving Miami and going to, I keep forgetting the name of the team. What is it?
You'll see us in the finals. Just wait. We'll be in the finals pretty soon.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, let me start by introducing myself a little bit so you guys know my story, my Beachbody story, and then I'll get into all my thoughts on the topic of consistency, which Mark brought up, as well as belief in yourself, and then action steps to help you guys keep growing your businesses from where you are right now. So like Mark said, Kristina, I'm married to my high school sweetheart, Danny. We have 2 kids, Marley and DJ. They are 8 and 6 years old. When I started Beachbody in August of 2010, yes, I'm one of the dinosaur coaches. I was a lawyer. I had just graduated law school, I think like 3 years prior to becoming a coach. So I was literally in the thick of growing my legal practice, which was always my #1 priority. And I always say that because, now I don't practice law, but back then it was never a goal for me to quit my job. And the way that I see it, success in this business is defined how you define it, not how anyone else. So, no one's saying everybody has to quit their job, but understand that things like that can happen to you if you follow the things I'm going to tell you a little bit later. But it was never my intention. I had 2 young kids at home. Literally, when I signed up as a coach, DJ was like 4 months old. So I had an infant at home and a 2-year-old. So life was crazy. If you follow me on Facebook, I actually just posted today, I was kind of open about our financial struggles when this opportunity presented itself to us. And I never really understood what a blessing it could possibly be when I signed up. But when I started realizing how these little checks that I was receiving every single week were helping us get out of this financial disaster that we were in, because we were in a financial disaster, I realized that I could do so much more with this business that could be life-changing. So that was almost 6 years ago. Through the power of Success Club, because that's what I call it. It's not just a thing or a goal. It's a powerful tool that we have in this business that marks our success, that marks our progress, and our future. I've been able to retire from the practice of law. In fact, next month I celebrate my 2-year anniversary being a full-time Beachbody coach, which is insane to me. And I'll tell you that my whole story started, my vision for this business, pretty much everything started at a Super Saturday. So get to your local events, get to, like Mark said, get to Summit. If you're getting off that wait list, go. If you got off the wait list for Punta Cana, go, because events will change your business. Because attending a Super Saturday with 20 people 6 years ago completely changed the course of my future. So fast forward, today I am home. I have my kids. I can pick them up at school. Life is good. We've done a lot with this business opportunity because we really embraced it. We treated it like a business every single day. I showed up every single day. Now a lot of people, they see what I do now, and they're like, well, it's easy for you, right? It's easy that you don't have to go to work and you could work out whenever you want. You could build your business whenever you want. But I want everyone to focus on my story when I was still practicing law, because I still had to bill 200 hours every month as a lawyer. I had 2 babies back then, not kids in elementary school. I had babies. I was trying to get on partnership track at my firm, which I eventually accomplished while building this business. And I was actually even in better shape back then than I am right now. So there are no excuses to building this business, because if I can do it in the circumstances that I was in when I started building Beachbody, then absolutely anybody can do it, but only if you have these things. So I was thinking about this call and what the message I was going to send, because we were just giggling about this before we hopped on with you, that the message that you hear on these calls kind of starts sounding the same, right? Even on the National Wake Up Calls and all these things that we, the training tools and videos that you see on YouTube, they all start sounding the same. So I was thinking, like, how can I send a different message? And I probably can't, right? I can't, but hopefully that something will resonate with you. So take out a piece of paper, take out a pen, and write notes, and come back to the notes. Don't get off this call and feel fired up, and then 2 days later, have no idea what I talked about. Get a piece of paper, write it down, have a notebook. This is something that I've done. Have a notebook with all your notes from calls, from events, from anything, conversations with your coach, because that's your toolbox, right? That's your success toolbox, and you can refer back to that as you continue to grow your business. So before I get to the what, right? What do you do to grow your business? I want to back up and give you some prerequisites that I believe are critical to not only starting your business, but seeing this through and taking this, long term, and growing it from, having 2 coaches sign up with you to being a superstar diamond team, or having whatever it is that you want. I want to give you the prerequisite, right? What is it that you need before you even take that first step? Or what do you need to develop before you can keep pushing forward? And it's really simple, right? It's nothing complicated. You don't need to have a science degree to figure this out. And it really starts and ends with you. The first thing that I believe is a critical prerequisite to growing a Beachbody business is belief, right? Belief in Beachbody, belief in our products, belief in your team, and belief in yourself. And you're probably saying, well, I believe, right? I believe in Beachbody and I believe in Carl Deichler, but do you really believe in this business that it can change your life? Do you have a vision that is so clear 5 years from now, even a year from now, where you see yourself completely different, in a completely different circumstance, looking completely different, acting completely different, your financial situation is completely different? Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you can get your kids into those extracurricular activities that you can't now. Do you see it? And if you can't see it, then we got to fix something in your belief system when it comes to your business. Because I will tell you right now that when I started working this business and I started seeing what the possibilities were, when I would look around at events and see people part of the Millionaire Club and see people hitting 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, I could see myself doing that. And I was going to work every single day to get there, because if they could, I could. And that's the kind of belief system that's unshakable, that you wake up every single day, good, bad, ugly. We just experienced, my husband's grandmother passed away this week, and I was in a funk for the last 3 days. I couldn't get, we were dealing with, obviously, with the funeral and all of that stuff, and it was a real sad time for our family. But today I woke up and I had to shake it off because I got to get back to work, because life will always happen to you. It will always happen. There's going to be great, there's going to be not great. But this business is your solution to all of your problems. Never put it in the back burner. So where does this belief that I'm talking about come from? It's super simple. Your belief comes with your personal journey. Number one, write that down. My personal journey. You need to commit to your programs. You need to drink Shakeology. Mark was talking about an ultimate reset group that you guys are doing. Freaking do it. Don't half-ass it. I cursed. Freaking do it. Every time I do ultimate reset, my business booms during and after. Why? Because that's the easiest program to see through. I know it's crazy to say, but it is, because it's a mental game that you play with yourself. But once you start, you can't stop. Most people will complete the ultimate reset. And if you are engaged and sharing your journey, your business will take off after you finish if you do it correctly, right? So you have to commit to what we do as coaches. Do we have to be perfect? Absolutely not. Nobody's saying you need to have a six-pack or biceps or look incredible. You just need to be on the journey, but on the journey, not teetering, not putting your toe in the water or your butt in the sand. No, you need to commit to that, because when you commit and you get results, you gain confidence in yourself and our products. And when someone says to you, Shakeology is too expensive, you say, well, I'm going to go find someone that can buy Shakeology, that appreciates Shakeology. Thank you. Whenever you're ready, you can come back. And it's no sweat off your back. It's actually their loss, not yours. If you don't have belief, guess what happens? You take it personal. You feel you did something wrong. But if you have this unshakable confidence in what we do and why Shakeology is the best meal replacement on the planet, you say, next, let's go help people that want to be helped. And that's the kind of belief that you have to have in Beachbody and our programs. Having a why. Number two, where does the belief come from? Is you have to have a deep and powerful why. If right now you cannot tell me why you are doing this business and what you want from it, then there's a gap in your belief system. You need to know why and what is it that you want out of this opportunity. I know for me, at first, it was, I just wanted to wear a bikini again, right? So I was driven by my physical journey. I wanted to feel good about myself after having kids. I wanted to get back into the shape I was, or even better, after having Marley and DJ. So that was me, and I was hell-bent. I was going to get back into a bikini, and I was motivated by that, and I woke up every single day at 4:30 in the morning while people were sleeping to do P90X, right, and Asylum, and then Insanity, and all the programs that I've done, but I did it because I had a deep and powerful reason. I needed confidence again. I needed confidence affects being a lawyer. Confidence affects being a coach. I needed to feel better again and get myself back to who I was. Then it became financial. And getting that debt, getting rid of that debt that we had amassed. I mean, it was crazy. I would feel like an elephant sitting on my shoulders every single day. And I was driven. I knew that if we could get rid of this debt, it would be life-changing. And every day I woke up and I worked and worked and churned because I needed to get rid of that, and I needed financial security. And there was powerful reasons behind that. It literally, not being able to go to dinner with my parents in the fear that they would ask to split the bill, which they never would. But those little things would drive me insane, and I needed a solution to get out of that. And I can go on about how my why has evolved since then, but you need to figure it out for yourself. Absolutely non-negotiable. You need to figure out what your why is. You need to write that down. Number three, personal development. I see, you're probably rolling your eyes right now, but I see so many coaches, especially new coaches, right? They're like, oh my God, I need to do ads on Facebook. I need to grow my business by doing ads and spending money on a like page. And then I need to, go do Shalene's Instagram Impact Academy. All of that is good. But if you're not doing personal development and investing in personal development, you're just throwing money away. That's all you're doing. Why? Because if you're not mentally strong, when times get tough in this business, or time gets or things get tough in your life, then guess what you're going to stop doing? This business, right? And so all that money you spent on like pages and Instagram Academy and all that good stuff is going to be a loss for you. You're not going to get anything from it. So if I encourage you, and not encourage, I implore you that if you're going to invest in anything right now, it's in you. I started my business with a vengeance when I came back from Danny Johnson. And she's not even my jam, right? I'm more of a Tony Robbins girl. I figured that out much later. But when I came back from that live personal development seminar, you couldn't stop me with a freaking bus. I was so fired up, and I learned so many things about myself and my business and people that I just came back and tore it up. So I implore you that strengthening your mind is not something you put on the back burner, is not something that you do tomorrow. It's something that you do every single day, because without it, when times get tough, and I'm telling you they will, this business has ups and downs. Jessica and Mark can tell you there are good and they're bad. And when they're bad, you need to be tough up here in order to continue, because most people will give up. And I have a story about not giving up and how important that is, but we'll talk about it in a second. But personal development is non-negotiable. Embrace the culture of Team Beachbody. So I'm Cuban, and I do this, and I go like that, and I go nuts, but I'm trying to keep you engaged. Embrace Team Beachbody. And we do that by going to live events. I'm not going to stay here too long, because I already told you that my business started at a Super Saturday. Some of the biggest aha moments I had were at Summit, or at leadership, or even on a team call like this. Embrace the culture. Stay engaged in your team pages. Stay engaged in your training. Stay engaged with your coach. Ask questions. Use Google and FAQs, but ask questions that are going to impact your growth and your team's growth. Research. Stay plugged in. You might find, let's say Bonnie Engel or whatever is more your personality type. She's got great content on YouTube. Seek out these people that are putting out great training and learn from them. I do it all the time. I watch Bonnie all the time. I watch Raina all the time, because guess what? We're always learning in this business, but you have to stay plugged in and embrace the culture of Team Beachbody. And then the last but not least, where does belief come from? Is consistency, which I'm going to talk to a little bit more. But when you're consistent and persistent, which I always like to put those together, you start getting results, not only in your fitness journey, but you start getting results in your business. And when you start getting results in your business, you start gaining confidence. And when you start gaining confidence, you start talking about the business more. And when you start talking about the business more, that's when you see your income go up. And when that happens, then you truly believe in the power of this business, and it takes you to another level. So consistency and persistency are absolutely critical in growing your Beachbody business. I'm going to read a quote that I love on the power of consistency. When you look at people who are successful, you will find that they aren't the people who are motivated, but have consistency in their motivation. Let me repeat that again. When you look at people who are successful, you will find that they aren't the people who are motivated, but have consistency in their motivation. And I feel like when you look at the top coaches, the successful coaches, the 5 stars and above, the ones that are growing their incomes, and you keep seeing and hearing on the national wake-up calls and all of this, yeah, they're motivated, but they just freaking keep going. Whether it's good or bad, they just keep going. They're consistent in their motivation. And that screams to me mindset, right? That they have a strong mindset. And that's also we're up to like number 5 or number 6. Having this strong mindset is absolutely critical to keep going. And you get that from having a why and having engaging in personal development. But I want to talk about mindset in another way, and it's the abundance mentality, right? So many times when we talk about mindset, all we do is talk about, stay positive, read personal development, get out of your funk. Everybody likes to say that. Oh, I'm in a funk. Well, get out of the funk, right? You have to snap yourself out of the funk. A true business owner doesn't rely on anyone or anything else to get them to work. I'm going to say that one more time. A true business owner doesn't require anything or anyone to get them to work. The bottom line is, I want to work. It's on me. It's my responsibility. This is my business, not anyone else's. I have a strong mindset that I control each and every day. And sometimes it weakens, and that's when I have to dig back into my personal development. Sometimes it's strong, and that's when I'm unstoppable. That's where you got to get in your business, right? So what am I saying when I talk about having an abundant mentality? When we talk about Success Club, a lot of people are like, well, hit Success Club 5. And I say, why aren't we shooting for 10? When you have an abundant mentality, you have to set bigger goals and you work towards them. When you work in terms of minimums, Success Club 5, I only need to hit Success Club 5. I don't need to recruit coaches into my business because I can hit Success Club without that. Well, guess what? Your business is going to stay stagnant, right? You might earn an income, and that's great. But if you want your business to grow, you have to have an abundant mentality. And I love to share the example of my sister and I on this whole abundance mentality and how powerful it is when you have it. It is one of your most critical tools in your toolbox to becoming a successful Beachbody coach. So if you don't know, my sister, who's my sponsor, is also a 15-star diamond coach, also part of the Millionaire Club, also Success Club All-Star legend, 10 legend with one more month than me. She has to beat me on something, right? But we have the same family, and you're getting a glimpse, a little bit of what we're going to talk about at Summit, but it's a powerful story. We have the same family, same friends. Our kids go to the same school. We live about 2 minutes from each other. So, when someone says, well, I don't know enough people, I laugh. I'm like, you have no idea how much people you actually know. And hello, look at my sister and I. Like, we have the same circle, right, of influence, the same exact circle of influence, yet we both have been able to grow 2 big Beachbody businesses in a 1 mile proximity to each other with the same people, the same exact people. So never, never, never think that there aren't enough people out there. You're just not finding them, or you're not doing the work to find them, because they are there. There's like 312 million people in the United States. Only 400,000 are Beachbody coaches. We've got a lot of work to do, guys. So think big, set bigger goals. Not Success Club 5. Say, I'm going to hit Success Club 10, and I'm going to bring in 2 to 3 coaches every single month. And when you say, well, how do you do that? You just do it. There's so many tools out there to help you figuring out. You got great coaches. There's great training out there. Just do it and think in terms of maximums and work in terms of maximums instead of just getting by. Because I will tell you that if you work in minimums, this business can be tough. But if you set the bar higher for yourself, you're going to see, and you have this mentality of, there's so many people I can help, and I'm staying positive, and I'm going to try to reach as many people. Guess what? You're not only growing a successful business, you're growing your network, and you're laying a stream of people that you're not working month to month. When you hit Success Club 5 only, guess what you're doing? And you're setting minimums for yourself, you're only working 30 days at a time. I'm working 6 months at a time, always. So while I always hit Success Club 10, I always have a pipeline going because of all the conversations that I'm having, hosting sneak peeks, and doing the things that are going to continue growing my business. Never stop learning your trade. Before I get into the what are you going to do to grow your business, this is one that is important. If it's broke, fix it. If you have a problem with recruiting, then take the time to learn that skill. Don't ignore the skill that you need to fix, because then you're going to find frustration, right? Embrace the struggle and fix it. I see so many people doing the same things over and over and over again. And we know the quote, that's called insanity, right? Expecting a different result, but doing the same thing over and over again. I am not the same coach that I was 6 years ago or 5 years ago when I became a coach. I am a completely different person on social media. I'm still myself, but I'm an evolved self, right? And my message is different. And I mean being truer to myself. Before I used to hide a little bit in social media. You have to figure out the things that help grow businesses instead of fighting them. If you want to learn Instagram, learn Instagram. Don't keep posting the same way each and every day, thinking that there's someone, you're going to have some sort of epiphany on Instagram and have 8 million people sign up. That doesn't work that way. It's funny because I posted the other day on my Instagram account, 5 years ago, I posted on Facebook that I had just hit, or I was about to hit 500 followers on Instagram. 5 years later, I'm at 16,200, which I know is not a crazy huge number, but I have been so consistent on Instagram and learning and watching people and seeing how they post. The people who have big accounts, big coaches that have big accounts and all that, and just trying to figure that thing out. And I have, and it's taken time, but it's definitely paying off. I used to post the same way on Instagram, the same way, too busy, too many collages, too many colors, and that's not what people want to see on Instagram. So I fixed it, and I started to see results. So don't hold yourself back because you aren't willing to put the work in to fix what isn't working in your business. All right, so now what do we have to be consistent and persistent with? Why do we need a strong belief system to grow your business? Well, it's these key activities that you need to engage in every single day. When you have those prerequisites on your side, right? You have belief, you have a powerful why, you're learning your business, you're engaged in the culture of Team Beachbody, you have a strong mindset, then the things that actually grow your business, the activities that actually grow your business will be less stressful for you and they'll be funner for you, right? Because this business should be fun. You want to keep it positive. You want to keep it light. It can be life-changing, and there's times, when things have to get serious. But the key to this and the key to bringing people into this the amazing culture that we have is to keep it fun and keep it focused on fitness and growth and personal growth. All right, so what do we need to do? And I'm probably talking a lot, but I'll keep it short. Number one is you have to hone your Beachbody story. If I could rewrite, I'm having a problem with the re and the pre today. If I can rewrite the 3 vital behaviors, now 4 vital behaviors, instead of it saying be proof the products work, I would rewrite it to say be proof Beachbody works. And I teach my team this, right? So instead of saying be proof the products work and that's the only thing you focus on is your physical transformation, and we change it to be proof Beachbody works, then there's a big shift. There's a big difference in that. Why? So there's 3 things that I'd like to talk to my coaches about your Beachbody story and why being proof Beachbody works is critical to business growth. Number 1, it encompasses being proof the products work, right? You have to be proof the products work every single day. I don't have to repeat that. I talked to you about your personal journey and where that belief comes from. And part of that is you're engaged every single day in your fitness. You're engaged with Shakeology. You're doing the things that we do and sharing them, right? So you're being proof the products work, and you're sharing that you're proof the products work, right? We're sharing our Beachbody story, and that's part of it. That's number 1. You have to share on social media and in conversation how the products have changed your life. If you're not doing that, then people don't understand quite what it is that you do. Starting challenge groups, doing that thing to grow your fitness community, right? That's part of this. You want to grow your fitness community. Number 2, you want to share your experience with Beachbody. Be proof that Beachbody experiences work. What do I mean by that? Sharing, going on these trips, sharing experiences that you had during, a conversation with your coach, or an experience that you had reading a personal development book, and an enlightening moment that you had reading that and how it shifted your perspective. You're sharing experiences because of Beachbody. things that you've learned through experiences with Beachbody are critical on social media to continue sharing your Beachbody story. And number 3, you have to share that the business works. You have to be proof the business works. And this is where most coaches they kind of put the brakes on, right? They're like, ah! Why? And this is the number one thing I get from my coaches. I don't make a lot of money, right? I can't see you, but raise your hand if that's you. And that's probably a lot of people, and that's totally okay. I want you guys to understand that we all started making $0. But here's what we didn't do. We didn't let that prevent us from having vision, and we didn't let that prevent us from sharing why Beachbody changed our life and where we were going with Beachbody. We all have proof that this business works, right? Number 1, we have each other. We have this community that's so amazing. And I don't know if you know this, but Chelsea Pearson, who just hit the Millionaires Club, she's an elite coach. She's doing phenomenally well. She joined Beachbody because her coach posted about the community of Team Beachbody. Not because she was making $1 million, not because her coach was a 5-star, not because her coach said anything about the fitness programs. Chelsea Pearson joined Beachbody because she wanted to belong to a community of people. So if you're not sharing this, you can be missing out on people that want that want to be part of a team, that want to be part of a community, that want positivity in their life. Share, share, share those kinds of things. Be proof that Beachbody works in the fact that this week, that $30 check that you got paid for your gas. It paid for your child's clothing, whatever it is. And all those little successes, they add up. And whether it's $100 or $500 or $1,000, people need this. People need this they need the business in their life. They don't only need fitness and Shakeology, they need the business in their life. And while I joined as a discount coach, because back then there was nobody posting about this business opportunity, I was in such financial distress. We were in like crazy financial problems in our home that I probably would have been attracted to someone sharing that they earned $40 a week on this side gig where they got in shape and got in the best shape of their life. And now they're just sharing this stuff and they made $40 a week. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to share those little successes that you have each and every single day and why Beachbody has changed your life. And it doesn't have to be financial. In fact, your homework for this call is to make a list as to all the things that Beachbody does for you. Does it make you happy? Does it make you feel secure? Does it give you hope, right? Oh, God, I love that one. When coaches post about this business giving them hope that they can have better, they can have more, that they are elevating themselves and their families. Those are the things that you want to post about. Think about the fact if Carl called you right now and said, you know what? You can never be a coach again. Sorry, no more income. Sorry, no more challenge group. Sorry, no more team. Sorry, you no longer have a coach ID. How would that make you feel? I know for me, it would set aside the income. I would die without Beachbody. I love this. I love being a part of this. So share that. Share that on social media because people need this in their life. All right, so you're going to be proof Beachbody works, right? You're going to share the products, your experiences, and that the business works. You're going to hit Success Club every single month. Yes, I am challenging you because Success Club is our business. It's what we do, right? Now, you can be on the call and say, well, I'm just a discount coach. And that's cool. I was a discount coach too. But don't let that label, keep you in that state, right? You can evolve. I evolved from there. And all you have to do is help 3 people a month. But like I said, we're going to work in terms of maximums instead of minimums. We're going to have an abundant mentality instead of a minimalistic mentality, right? Success Club is our lifeblood. It is what we do. It is what all of our recognition is pretty much based on. Without Success Club, you're not going to build a team. Without Success Club, you're not going to advance to diamond. Without Success Club, you're not going to advance past diamond. Without Success Club, you don't have an income, right? It is our business. So if you're sitting on this call and saying, I am a business owner, I am a Beachbody coach, I'm the CEO of my business, and you're not hitting Success Club, remember what I said? If it's broke, you got to fix it. Figure out why. Is it in your communications? Is it in your social media? Is it in your inviting? There's tons of resources out there for you to figure out and fix what is broken. Because Success Club, it is everything. It is what we do. It is what creates momentum. It is what creates Beachbody, right? Challenge packs, Shakeology, that's what creates our business. And number 3, the R word, you're going to recruit, and you're not going to be afraid to, because you're going to be sharing your Beachbody business. You're going to be sharing your experiences. You're going to be sharing your product-based success stories. You're going to be sharing, and you're going to be attracting people to you because of your abundant mentality. Recruiting is not a bad word. If you love this business, and I think you do because you're sitting here, you're listening to the playback, and when I told you that Carl Deichler stripped this from you, and you felt a tug in your heart, then why aren't you sharing this opportunity with other people with a vengeance and want people to join your team and join your army, right? That's what you got to do every single day. So along with sharing Success Club goals with your team, I know you do every single month, you share your Success Club goals, share your recruiting goals. How many coaches do you want to bring into your business each month? And remember, set the bar high. Don't set the bar low, because if you set the bar low, you're going to give yourself an out not to hit that. But if you set a high level for yourself, a high performance and standards level for yourself, you're going to work every single day to achieve that. So, okay, I am done. I hope you guys got some nuggets out of that and that you're fired up. But remember, I like to motivate people. That's kind of what I like to do. A lot of times people will come off a call and forget everything I said. They'll feel good for a couple hours and then they'll forget what I said. Go back to your notes, get back into personal development, strengthen your mindset, because that's what's going to take you to the next level.
Awesome. Yeah, get some water. Love it. Love it. And man, I mean, just a couple nuggets that I pulled from that. I really love the whole, being a business owner and owning your business, right? Not relying on someone else to push you. And I love Jim Rohn's quote on that, where he says, don't rely on someone else to come motivate you. They might not show up.
That's right.
Right. So we have to be the self motivators, and and then when it comes to Success Club goals, it's such a great tip. And for any of you who have been a part of our personal development book club that we have going on, that we've read recently the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. And he talks about taking your goals and multiplying them by 10, which will force you to take your actions and multiply that by 10 to get those results, and then ultimately you hit your goal. So great points there. Couple of quick rapid fire questions that we have for you. Okay. The quick answers. I did have one question in the chat, and I would like to get your response on.
Is there a chat, or I can't see the chat?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Oh.
The question was, and you kind of hinted towards this earlier about what you do, but I'm curious if you have any type of response. But just on the idea of, when somebody says that Shakeology is expensive, how do you handle that situation?
So you're always going to get that question, right? And if you set up the conversation properly, then you kind of get out of that, the whole it's too expensive kind of discussion. The way that I do it is I get to their goals first. And one of the questions that I always ask is, do you have any health concerns in your family? And I give them an example. In my family, heart disease is prevalent. So is there anything in your family that you are scared of, right? And kind of prompted you, in addition to losing weight, like kind of tugs at you, like, okay, I'm getting older. What is it that I need to prevent? And you'll find out that most people do have. I think I've only had one person tell me, oh, nothing, my whole family's perfect, we don't got everything. It's heart disease, it's diabetes, it's cancer, it's all these things. And so when they do say how much, and I tell them, you know, this is after all these discussions take place, it's easy for me to remind them, well, you told me earlier that this is this is something that you're concerned about. Is preventing that, or working towards prevention, because we can't make any claims, but working towards preventing, you know, any health concerns now while you're young and able, is it worth that investment? And they can never say no. So whether they join then, because they you know, people do have money issues, they will join eventually. You know, I just keep my conversation with them alive. How are you doing? You know, you have a follow-up list, they will join eventually. They might not join at that moment because they truthfully might be tight that month, but they're still in my pipeline, you know? So get on the front end. And you know who taught me this is Shay. You guys know. Shay's the one that taught me get on the front end of that objection by getting to a deeper level of conversation with them instead of just how much weight do you want to lose. Because let's face it, Shakeology has a lot more benefits than weight loss. I don't know why a lot of coaches use it as a weight loss tool when that's probably like the last thing.
Right.
It doesn't really cause you to lose weight. It causes things to happen in your body that are amazing, far more amazing than shedding a few pounds, right? It's the 21 Day Fix that makes you lose weight. Shakeology gives you lower cholesterol, lowers your blood pressure. These things are tested, proven. So get out of the weight loss discussion, get into the health discussion, and the objection it won't always go away, but the people will stay in your pipeline instead of going away.
Yeah, great tip. And guys, just so you know, we have a document that talks about, I think it's called Inviting a Challenger, right? How to interview a challenger. That's what it is. And it goes through different questions that you can ask. Obviously you don't, you're not, this isn't like an interrogation where you're interrogating someone, but it gives you some questions to keep in the back of your mind of things to ask to pull out these points to build the value of Shakeology.
Yep.
And like Kristina said, they might not be, actually have the money in their bank account to be able to do it, and that's okay. You've built the value. You've put that pebble in their shoe, and let it fester. And pretty soon they got to address that pebble and take it out and deal with the issue of their health and whatever they want to deal with. Sooner, we say this all the time. Sooner or later, everybody thinks about their health. At some point, sooner or later. Awesome. Thanks for addressing that. So three things questions that we kind of end all of our calls with. Number one, what is your favorite success or motivation quote?
Ooh, favorite success well, I guess we always say teamwork makes the dream work on our team. I love saying that. I'm trying to think. John Maxwell, leaders are the ones that know the way, show the way. What is that one? That know the way, go the way, show the way. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I love that one. I have that one written down. So I guess those two. I love that.
Awesome. And a favorite. You talk a lot about personal development and building that. What would you say is your favorite personal development book?
The one that I have a lot of favorites, but the one that changed my business completely that I read last year was Starts With Why, which is from Simon Sinek. And it's not one that a lot of people like jive with because it's very real world based. You know, he gives examples about why Apple's successful, why Southwest Airlines succeeds. And I like that. I'm a business school graduate. So I don't know, I just connect with him and the way that he wrote that book and how having a why instead of the what, like the what is Beachbody, the what is the 21 Day Fix, but having a reason as to why we're doing this is so important. And when we kind of brought this whole concept to our team, like it changed everything. It changed my focus. It changed everything. So Starts With Why.
Yeah, that's a great book. And then last question, knowing everything that you know now in your business, if you had to go back 6 years ago and start from scratch, brand new, what's the one thing that you would focus on doing on a daily basis to build your business?
Okay, so I'll start with, I did a national wake-up call on this. So you can dig back into the archive and see the top 3 mistakes I made as a new coach. But I would say I didn't train anybody at the beginning. Like I didn't have any sort of system. I just thought people would be self-motivated like me and just, do it themselves and figure it out. I probably failed a lot of people at the beginning by not building relationships with them. So, having a system where, it's a simple welcome email to your team, welcome email steps on how to, get started, something like that. I think I failed in that. And then in building relationships, like people would come on board and, back then we kind of didn't have like this concept of the challenge group.
Mm-hmm.
And so people fell through. I didn't have any sort of follow-up system with that. And so I wasn't building strong relationships with my customers. And I know I probably lost so much opportunity back then with them. So I talk about this on the call, but definitely building relationships and having simple systems. I am not a big techie kind of person, but just having a system to get my new coaches started right. And anyone can do that. Even if an Emerald coach can have a simple welcome email, you probably guys have a template that they can use. I think that is critical. And getting into those habits before you have a big team will just prevent a lot of headaches.
Yeah, perfect. And guys, if you're wondering where that is at, if you go in the team page and look in the pinned post, there's kind of the steps and the layout of what's going on, all the different calls, and there's a document actually in there that says, send them this, send your new coach this, send your new coach this. So it's right there for you, right in the pinned post. And if you're on your mobile phone, you actually have to click pinned post. Sometimes people don't see it because they're on a mobile device, but you have to click on the little pinned post and then it opens up, gives you everything you need.
Let me just say that start a list, and this is probably something dumb that I didn't do. As you start bringing coaches onto your team, make a list of the questions you keep getting. From how do you make, oh my God, someone wants to make a sale. What do I do? How many times have you heard that? Even though it's in the welcome email, whatever.
Right.
Make a list of the questions that you keep hearing and just make a document with the responses to that question and send it to your new coaches. It doesn't have to be some crazy thing with all the pick monkey and all that. And you don't need all that. Just start planning for the future now, I guess. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You should never, because you have great coaches, great systems, great everything. But start planning for the time when you have 100 coaches in your downline, right? Because like I said, you do all the things that I said on the call and you stay consistent and persistent and recruit and hit Success Club, then it might be next month, it might be a year from now, it might be 2, it doesn't matter. There's going to come a time where a simple system is going to be necessary for you to continue growing your business. So just get into those healthy habits now.
Awesome. Well, again, we just want to thank you for taking time out of your day. I know we had to rearrange some scheduling stuff, but I appreciate you taking time away from your family and your business to spend some time with us and share. And I know we got a ton of value out of this. And I'm actually going to go through and watch the replay, which is on our team YouTube channel, youtube.com/teaminfinityvideos. Go find it there and go rewatch and share it with your team. So thanks, Kristina. You rocked.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Have an awesome day.